What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to The Haunted Beard. Thank you for joining me. Today, I want to do another video talking about one of my favorite horror movie scenes. Today, we are talking about Hereditary, one of the best horror films in recent years. I absolutely love it. And the scene I'm going to be talking about is the scene with Peter and Charlie in the car and a telephone pole. So I'm going to record and show my live reaction to the scene and also pause it at a couple points throughout, give you a little bit of breakdown, just my thoughts and why I love it so much. So here we go. Let's do it. Love the music choice. Great shot of her feet kicking too. Love that little shot. Nice little touch with the debris. All right, we're going to pause it right there. It's at 48 seconds. Oh, man. This, every time I watch it, this scene is just crazy. I love the music. It's just like this, it's just like this rapid fire beat sound, and it's so anxiety inducing. As I said, I love the shot of her with her feet squirming around. I just love like little touches of the paper and the debris flying around in the car when she opens down the window. I love when it cuts to the shot of, you can see there's an animal in the road, but you see like the layer of fog over the road, right? Which is why Peter didn't see the animal and had to swerve. Just like little details like that are just great. And man, I remember watching this for the first time and just being like totally floored, because if you could make sort of a modern day comparison to Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho, this would be it in terms of kind of like killing off who you would perceive to be your main character, right? And that's what Hitchcock did with Psycho, right? You followed Janet Leigh around for, I can't remember how long, but a decent chunk of the movie, and then all of a sudden she's gone. And for me, watching this movie, I thought Millie Shapiro was going to be, you know, the main character. And then all of a sudden, Ari Aster just throws the most horrifically twisted curveball. I mean, first of all, she's a kid. Second of all, it's her brother driving. And third of all, he goes to a decapitation via telephone pole. I mean, my God. And I love here where it's getting ready to pick up that, right, the pacing just completely shifts. You've got this white knuckle anxiety, fast pace, emergency situation, and like that, it just changes. And the vibe and the atmosphere of the film have just completely shifted to pure, total, utter shock in an instant. And the shot selection here that Ari Aster implements, namely seeing Peter's reaction, these next few shots are just, oh, they're phenomenal. So let's keep going. Cuts. I like just the wide shot for a second, let you breathe, and then, oh man. The look on his face, I don't know how he was able to get that performance and that expression out of Alex Wolff, but my God, it's phenomenal. Such a great shot. I love, man, just such a great shot of him kind of glancing up to the rearview mirror and then looking away. Even just like his breathing in this scene is just really effective. And man, love how long he holds these shots too, because he's like, he knows we as the audience are in shock, right? And it's like, we kind of We need a second to breathe. Just love how quiet it is. All you can hear is his breath, really. Just so well done. So we got to keep watching the next couple minutes here because it gets better. I just like how long he holds these shots and just like how slow paced he lets the next, minute or so, 2 minutes maybe even, of film play out. I mean, yeah, it's been a minute and a half. Again, the facial expression, just totally numb. Okay. Oh my god. Man, it gets me every time. It's like I have like goosebumps. Okay. Okay, I love what he does. Like, again, just the shot selection is so fantastic. I love that he just holds on Peter's face of him just laying in bed. And it's such a great, just, I guess, creative choice to, you see him, and we're kind of like him, like the audience, after having just witnessed this. Like, we're kind of just in total disbelief and shock, too. And then you hear the sound of Toni Collette and Gabriel Byrne in the background. She's getting ready to, go out, leave for work. And we're just like, oh no. Like, we as the audience, we know what's coming. And so it's just like, oh God, oh God, oh God. Like, there's those few seconds there to where, like, we're getting anxious because we know she's getting ready to see the horror show that's in the backseat of the car. And it's like, by kind of editing the scene this way, or putting the scene together this way, you kind of get like this 2-for-1 reaction, right? Like, you see Charlie's face, or not Charlie, you see Peter's face, his reaction, but then you hear Toni Collette's reaction. And it's like you get just this combination of visual one reaction, audio another reaction, and it's just like, man, I love how he really kind of visualized and constructed that shot. And then he cuts to the head, and oh my dear God. And it's so great because, like, he lets you breathe, and we almost feel like, kind of like Peter, like, we glance up in the rearview mirror, but we don't want to look at it either. It's like, but Ari Aster's like, nah, I'm going to show it to you. And dude, the decision to cut right here is like one of the single greatest edits in that I can think of. It's so impactful. I mean, it's just like a punch to the gut. We're already in a complete state of shock. And then he cuts and shows the decapitated, maggot-infested head of Charlie on the side of the road. And it's just like, good Lord. And this is like just the cherry on top of this horrifically constructed horror sundae that Ari Aster has put together for us in 4 minutes. And so, man, what just an insanely brutal scene. And I love just how real the movie is for the most part. Like, this is, for the most part, a very dark, disturbing family drama kind of disguised as a horror film. And it doesn't really kind of switch over into full-blown horror, kind of more towards the end when you kind of really introduce sort of the supernatural, demonic element to it. But, like, a lot of it just feels really grounded. Like, it is, again, it's just a very intense, brutal, dark family drama. And so watching this play out is just, it just feels so raw and so real. And obviously you've got I won't watch the rest of it, but Toni Collette just, on the floor screaming and just being completely beside herself, having an absolute breakdown. Man, this scene, it just floors you. I mean, it's just such intense emotion and filmmaking. It's just amazing. So those are just some of my thoughts on just an unbelievable scene. And I love Hereditary. I think it's fantastic. One of the best horror films for the last quite a few years. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the Charlie decapitated scene in Hereditary. So hit me up down below, though. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on this scene. And yeah, that's all I got for you. Like always, hit that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. It's all horror and thriller content coming at you here, and I will see you next time on The Haunted Beard.